If you're a project manager like me, you probably live for the on-the-ground action. We love leading the team, unblocking daily tasks, and jumping in to solve those high-stakes ad hoc issues. That's the exciting part of the job. But let's be honest. Because we're so focused on the project's momentum, it is so easy to lose track of the budget. It's not that the money isn't important, it's just that, in the past, tracking every invoice and variance was so tedious and manual that you'd end up pushing it to the bottom of your to-do list. Well, those old days are over. Today, I'm going to show you how I use Microsoft Copilot in Excel to stop the manual budgeting grind. We're going to use AI to build formulas that pull data across sheets and set up automatic highlighting so you can see your budget status at a glance without the headache. Now, before we jump into the AI magic, we need to make sure our data is structured correctly. To make this work like a pro, you'll need 2 specific sheets ready to go. First, we have our budget tracking sheet. This is your high-level view where you list your project IDs and your allocated budgets. This is the control center we want Copilot to update for us. Second, we need an invoice detail sheet. Whether you're manually tracking every expense or more likely downloading a raw data dump from your ERP system, this is where the truth lives. It's messy, it's long, and it's exactly what we're going to point Copilot toward. Here is the prompt I used. I asked Copilot to insert project spend in worksheet budget tracking. Use project ID from budget tracking to look up project ID in invoice detail. Then sum up the invoice amount per project ID. I hit enter, and in less than a minute actually. Just a few seconds, Copilot processed that entire raw invoice sheet and built this project spend column for me. Every single value was populated instantly. Now, if you're like me, your first thought isn't, wow, that was fast. Is it actually right? When it comes to project budgets, close enough isn't good enough. Accuracy is everything. So, let's spot check a few of these. I'm looking at the project IDs, checking the math against the raw data. And, wow, it is 100% correct. It didn't miss a single line item. Now, let's take a look at the formula Copilot actually wrote. Honestly, it's sophisticated, it's precise, and if I'm being real with you, it's the kind of complex logic that would have taken me 20 minutes and 3 cups of coffee to build manually. But Copilot handled the syntax perfectly in seconds. But here is the best part. Look at what Copilot says right here in the sidebar. This way, if new invoices are added to the invoice detail sheet, your project spend will automatically update. That is exactly what a busy project manager needs. It's not just a one-time calculation, it's a living, breathing tracking system. Excellent. Now that we have our actual spend pulled in, we need to know the most important number. What's left? So, I'm asking Copilot to calculate the remaining budget by simply deducting the project spend from the budget amount. Compared to that last formula, this one is a breeze. But that's the beauty of it. Whether it's a complex cross-sheet lookup or a quick subtraction, you just speak to Copilot in plain English and it gets to work. And there it is, a brand new column, perfectly labeled, giving us the real-time balance for every project on the list. No manual dragging, no broken cell references. Now that the numbers are all there, let's make them talk to us. As a project manager, you don't want to scan every row to find a problem. You want a traffic light system that tells you exactly where to focus your attention. Watch how I prompt Copilot for this. I'm not just saying, make it pretty. I'm giving it my exact business logic for the remaining budget field. I literally told Copilot, highlight in green. If the remaining budget is more than 20% of the total, highlight in yellow. If it's 20% or less but greater than 0, highlight in orange. If the budget is exactly 0, highlight in red. If we've gone into the negative. And just like that, in less than a minute, Copilot finished the job. It didn't just pick random colors. It built a custom logic for the remaining budget column based on the exact percentages and rules I specified. Nice. But again, I'm a project manager, so I have to verify. I'm looking at the projects with over 20% budget left, they're green. The over-budget ones, bright red. And that specific project that hit exactly 0? It's highlighted in orange, just like I asked. The accuracy is spot on. Setting this up manually would have involved multiple new rule windows and formula testing. Copilot did it in one go. Good job, Copilot. And honestly, Don't even ask me how to set up these multi-layered rules manually in Excel anymore. I've officially retired from that. From now on, just ask Copilot. It's faster, it's 100% accurate, and it lets me get back to what I actually enjoy, leading my project and my team. Now, before we wrap up, let's put this to the ultimate test. What happens when the project moves forward? I'm going to head over to our invoice detail sheet and add one more line item, a big one for our Project ID PRJ005. Now, let's jump back to our summary sheet. And look at that! The project spend updated instantly, the remaining budget recalculated, and our traffic light just flipped from green to yellow right before our eyes. The formula and the conditional formatting did exactly what they were supposed to do. No manual refreshing, no broken links. It just works. Good job, Copilot. If this saved you a few hours of spreadsheet stress today, give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.